Okay, excuse my bare face and the puffiness. I've had less than an hour and a half of sleep. I didn't sleep all last night, and then I finally kind of fell asleep this afternoon around 1:30, and then I got a call before 4 o'clock. So yeah, it's 4:48 now. Anyway, that's not the point. The point of this video is a rant, okay? And I'm gonna need all my Canadians to help me out on this one, okay? I live in Quebec. Oh, and by the way, if I speak franglais, just follow along, okay? So basically, this is a rant about the medical system here. It is so shitty, and I am so frustrated. So listen to this. I've had I have really big boobs, really big. Okay, one boob is bigger than my face. I know because I can put my face in one cup of my bra and it goes past my face. Okay, anyway, but that's not the point. The point is they're really big and really heavy, and I've put on weight over the years, but most of the weight always goes to my boobs first, all the time. And when I lose the weight, it's the last place to go. Okay, so my boobs just keep growing and growing and growing. But anyway, so basically, my doctor, I had asked for a reduction, and he asked for it, and I was complaining about backache, right? That was back in 2018. Okay, so I asked for that. He made the request in, and it's supposed to take between 6 months to a year to be able to see a surgeon and have them examine me and then go from there to get my surgery, right? I didn't get to see a surgeon until last summer. Yes, summer 2021. He made the request in October 2018, and I didn't get to see a surgeon until last summer. So it's been 3 years, and I've put on more weight. Okay, and that's another issue, me putting on weight constantly, even when I'm trying to lose weight. It's anyway, that's not the point. So I go see the surgeon, and the surgeon is well, you have to lose 100 pounds before I can even think about doing the surgery yet for you, right? And I'm well, you do know that my back pain kept me from moving around, and it's keeping me from exercising. It's keeping me from just walking. Do you not understand that? And he's yeah, but you still need to lose weight. How am I supposed to lose weight then? My back pain is so atrocious. I start crying after well, at the time it was after 10 minutes. If I didn't sit down, I was bent over in tears. Okay, it hurt. It really hurt. And then anyway, so he was yeah, no, let's reconvene in a year and maybe. And then he was oh, plus you have dark skin, and since your boobs are really big, Like, I won't be able to tell if like we do like a nipple is it like a graft or something? Basically, like they like remove their nipple and then put it back. Which I've seen other surgeries where they don't have to do that. But apparently it's because like the distance between my boobs is too long or some kind of medical term. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is he told me like your skin is dark, so I won't be able to tell if your nipple is necrotizing or is in necrosis, basically dying. And I'm like, but dying flesh is black. I mean, I know technically I'm a black person, but like there's black and then there's my skin color. Like, you telling me you can't tell because I'm dark? So, déjà là, j'étais comme, ok. Genre, side-eye intense, okay? So then, I'm like, okay, whatever. And the doctor didn't even spend like he spent like 5 minutes in the room with me. He told me all of that. He didn't examine my boobs. He just like measured from like here to like the end where my nipples are, whatever. And he was like, yeah, like your boob has like fallen really far down. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's been 3 years I've been waiting. So yeah, the wait during the wait like has had an effect. Anyway, so so that's that. Right? Apparently it wasn't like I had to ask my doctor to constantly like resend the thing, and even then it took three years. And then people kept saying, oh, it's because of the pandemic, it's because of the pandemic. I'm like, bitch, no, it's not. 2018, on n'était pas en pandémie. 2019, on n'était pas en pandémie. Ok, j'aurais compris si j'avais fait la demande comme en fin 2019. Okay, and you're like, okay, maybe that the pandemic happened. Puis là, c'est genre, ok, fin 2019, like beginning of 2020, you know, like, no, no. 2018, there was no pandemic. The thing, like, COVID didn't even reach here until like, what? January, February here? So like of 2020. So like you telling me this whole time there was no pandemic, right? Anyway, so that's that. So I was devastated when I got told that last summer. It was August. So I was really pissed. And then he recommended me for bariatric surgery, right? Because he's like, maybe that's gonna help. But bariatric surgery is the wait for that is like, I looked up the statistics and it was saying 15 years, and not just in Quebec, but apparently throughout the whole country. Because the thing about the system here is that if you're in, like, if you have like insurance, but like the government, like the public insurance, you have to go through the public system, right? So you can't just be like, okay, my insurance is public, but I want to go to this private doctor and do the surgery, which I don't understand, because like either way that doctor's gonna get paid. So I don't understand why they don't have that. I guess they made it so that um, to prioritize the public system, but the public system sucks because like the wait for everything is insane. And the worst part is like you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna choose my own doctor. Because here, I don't know how it is in like the other provinces, but here in Quebec, you have like there's a list that you have to apply to, and then you're on a waiting list to have a family doctor, right? You can't just walk up to a clinic like, ooh, I like this doctor, and I'm gonna ask him or her, and he's gonna put me on a list. No, you have to go through the government page, register your name, and then like wait until there's a doctor available. And it's like, well, you get what you get, right? Which is totally like baffling to me because I'm like, okay, fait que tu veux me dire que genre c'est toi qui choisis un médecin pour moi, but you're not really choosing one for me. You're just like telling me like, oh, this one's available, so go there. But like, what if I'm not comfortable with the doctor? Then what do I do? I mean, you can refuse, but then you're go back to the like to the end of the list, to the bottom of the list. So it's like you can't choose your own doctor, right? So if you're not comfortable with your doctor, too bad. Like you have to deal with it, okay, or be stranded. And on top of that, right now I finally got a doctor. Like I had when I finally got my doctor, the only reason I got him was because I moved. So I moved to live with this guy. I don't even know what you want to call it. Anyway, that's not the point. So I moved to another city because I had made my request for a family doctor. It took 2.5 years and I still didn't get one. 2.5 fucking years in the public system, okay, to get a doctor. And then as soon as I moved cities, then I had to like update my address in the system. And then that city was like, oh, okay, like, I don't think, like, it was even a month after I moved, I received a letter saying, yeah, you got your doctor. Even though, like, after that, like, I got my message in July, and I didn't get to see my doctor until October. So, déjà là, t'es genre, okay, 3 months, but I was like, oh, I have a doctor. But this doctor is like, it's like you tell him something, but like, he's like, yeah, I'm listening. But then it's like, he doesn't like make suggestions. He doesn't like, it's like he doesn't believe me, right? So I had to have my psychologist call him and like talk to him because like, I was telling him my problem so he could help me, and he wasn't helping me, you know? And it was just like, and then I was just like, yeah, well, they don't take my pain seriously. So, as a black woman, we all know that's an issue. Like, people don't believe you or they don't take you serious. Anyway, so I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, but this is a rant. Like I said, like this was not planned. So it took 2.5 years to get my doctor. Now I'm back in the city in Sherbrooke, where I originally asked for the doctor, right? And so I live too far to go. I don't have a car anymore, so I can't just go to another city for my doctor's appointment. And my back has gotten worse. I've been off work for a while. I tried to go back to work, and it was like a program to like reinsert yourself back into the job market like easily. So like it wasn't a hard job. I was learning, and I was actually really good at it. It was like a sewing thing because like I'm trying to go back to school into fashion design, right? So, yeah, like, I went to work. You're on probation for 4 weeks, and like a week and a half into it, they called me in. They were like, "Yeah, we're not keeping you because like your back is hurting too much." I was sewing, so most of the time I was sitting down, and even sitting down, my back was killing me. Like, I was sitting down, my back was hurting me. Like, it would go like all the way up my back, like towards my shoulder blades. What is that? Is that the shoulder blades? Les omoplates. Les omoplates. I think so. Anyway, so the pain would radiate all the way up my back, and I would be like trying to twist myself in my chair while trying to sew because like it was really hurting really badly. And then when I had to get up and stand up to like cut the pattern pieces and stuff, like I was dying. Like my back was killing me so much. And then like I realized like a few months ago, walking like was getting more and more painful because the pain would radiate down my leg. But it got to a point where like I'm just walking to the bus stop, which is like 5-6 minutes away max, right? So I'm walking to the bus stop, but it's taking me 10 minutes to walk there because like I have to stop midway, bend over, and like stand still because like I can't feel my legs anymore. Like first they start shaking, and then the pain is so bad like I can't, like I can feel my legs going numb. So it's bad. It's a 5-minute walk and my legs are going numb because the pain in my back is really bad. Okay? And I'm just like, I have to power through it. I have to power through it. And I was going to power through it anyway. But like at the job, they were like, no, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go see a doctor. You're going to have to fix this because like we don't want like some CNSST like injury at work type of stuff, right? They don't want that to happen. And they're like, yeah, if you're losing feeling in your leg, that's not good. Like that's a bad sign. Because I was just like, yeah, I can't feel my legs, but like it's okay. Like, and they're like, no, it's not okay. Like, no, you walking from the bus stop, you coming here, you got sweat coming down your face, you're in pain, we can see it, and even if I don't say anything, they can see it. And they were like, yeah, we're not keeping you. So it's like, okay, like, I tried to go back to work, it's not working, and I want to go back to school too, and like, I need to fix this before I go back to school, because like, guess who's not gonna be like, oh, my back hurts, I have to stop school? I won't. So obviously I'm gonna work through it, and if I hurt myself even more, then I'm gonna hurt myself even more, because at this point I'm just like, my life has been on hold for years and I need shit to move along. Okay, like, okay, I need to start making money. I need to start making money so I can buy whatever the fuck I want. Okay, like, this I live in Canada, okay? Shit is expensive. You guys know it. Y'all are Canadians too, okay? And if you're black, you know, like, every, like, especially here in Quebec, if you're not in Montreal, si t'es pas à Montréal, genre, tes produits, bonne chance. Commande en ligne. Like, I went to Walmart on Friday, right? Walmart, which usually has like a big inventory of stuff, right? Puis j'ai été voir les maquillages puis les fonds de teint, and they had none of my shades. Like, what? I'm not like, okay, I am not the darkest person in the world. I consider myself like in the middle towards dark, but like still kind of, but like they didn't even have my shade. They did not have my shade. And I'm not talking about in one product. Like, I was looking at like Milani. Like, they had Milani, and I was like, oh shit, you got Milani, you got Elf. So I'm looking at the products and I'm like, okay, but where's my shade? You got like 15 shades of white, beige, and alabaster, and you got one brown shade, and it's still too light for me. So black people don't wear makeup? Anyway, so the point is, okay, like, I need to start making my own money, and I can't do that because I can't work. And I can't work because the system here is trash. Because listen to this. I tried to go, because I can't go see my doctor. Like I said, I live too far away, right? I don't have my car anymore. I don't drive anymore. So I can't go. So I tried to call like clinique sans rendez-vous. Puis to make an appointment so I can go and like get checked out. Because yeah, I was like, okay, well, we need to check the back out and make sure everything's good so that once I start school at the end, like in the fall, then like, you know, I'll have like some sort, like, see, right now my back is hurting. Okay, right? But guess what? Apparently you can't see another doctor if you have a family doctor. And I'm like, but if your family doctor is far away, what are you supposed to do, right? So it's supposed to be like an emergency clinic, but it's not like the emergency room at the hospital. It's basically just a clinic where you can go for like small stuff so you don't clog basically the emergency room at the hospital. Okay? You usually can see a doctor within 24 to 48 hours. And it's usually for like small, minor emergencies. So I went on the website. I tried to like get an appointment because they're all saying, no, you have to go to the website. You call them and they tell you, no, go to the website. Go to the website. So I go to the damn website and I can't make an appointment. Like, I'm trying and it's like, nope. Like, no doctors available. And I'm like, but it says there's a doctor available, but you're telling me I can't. Like, when I click on it, it doesn't work. So the system is shit, right? Like, the computer system is shit. So finally, I find a number and I call. So then they're like, yeah, we're going to call you back. Whatever. 2 days later, they call me back. And it's a nurse. And the nurse is like, yeah, we can't give you an appointment because you already have a family doctor. And I'm like, I know I have a family doctor, but my family doctor is in another city, an hour and a half away. So I need to see a doctor now because, like, he can't examine my back through the phone. Like, you can't have, like, a freaking... They don't even have, like, video calls for, like, for you to see the doctor if you're like far away, right? It's on the phone. Like, what is the doctor supposed to do on the phone? You can't even see me. You can't see if I have something on my face that I'm concerned about. There's nothing. So it's like, okay, like, I need to see a doctor. And she's like, well, you can't. And I'm like, but it's an emergency, right? And she's like, what is it? And I'm like, I have really awful back pain. And like, I've had them for a while, but like, I'm starting to lose feeling in my legs, right? So then she says, well, it's not considered an emergency. I'm like, I'm losing feeling in my legs, as in I can't walk because I can't feel my legs and I'm in too much pain. And she's like, yeah, but you already had that, so it's not considered an emergency. I'm like, what do you mean? What? I wasn't losing feeling before. Yeah, it hurt like hell before, but I wasn't losing feeling in my leg too. And then she's like, yeah, well, you're gonna have to go see your doctor. And I'm like, I can't go see my doctor. Do you understand that? One, I don't have a car. Two, I don't have the money for it. Hello? I'm on welfare, bitch. I'm on welfare. Because I can't work. And I can't see my doctor, so I can't work. So I need to see a doctor. And she's like, well, yeah, but there's nothing I can do for you, ma'am. So I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? She's like, well, you're going to have to see your doctor. Or you're going to have to desist from your doctor and then put yourself back on the waiting list to get like a family doctor, but in the area. And then you'll be able to go to the emergency clinic because you won't have a doctor. So I'm like, so you want me to go back on the waiting list, which is now 4 years? Just so I can see someone about my back? Like, are you... Yo, je te jure que tabac. J'ai une carie. Fait que, le système ici, c'est de la fucking merde. Ok? De la merde, tabarnak. Puis je suis tannée. Puis c'est comme, vous voulez qu'on fasse quoi? Puis après ça, vous vous plaignez que genre, le monde va à l'urgence pour des choses mineures par rapport. Mais Chris, vous faites quoi? Parce que sérieusement, là, avant d'avoir déménagé à Victo, quand j'étais à Sherbrooke, ok, you couldn't see a doctor at all, like, in the sans rendez-vous. You couldn't see a doctor if, like, it wasn't your doctor. Like, all the clinics, like the regular just medical clinics, were not accepting, like, same day patients, like, for just a quick consult. They were not accepting that. So if you didn't have a family doctor, you automatically had to go to the emergency because none of the other doctors was gonna take you for a no appointment type thing. Like, they weren't doing it. So it's like, what the hell am I paying for? I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna create a system, make it effective, okay? Parce que là, si tu dis que genre, ok, on va avoir un système public, make it all fucking public. But like, if you're gonna make it both, you're gonna make private and public, like, make sure that you can connect and make sure people can actually have the choice. Because now what you're saying is, like, unless you're rich, then you get what the government gives you, which is shit, and then, well, you deal with it. Because that's basically what you're saying. Like, if I don't have the money to go private, I'm going public. But public is shit. So it's like, too bad, so sad. So, like, we're creating a system where it's like the rich and the fortunate can have a freaking private doctor. Yes, they're paying more for it, but they're not waiting like 3 years for surgery. And they're not being told, oh, well, too bad, so sad, like, you might die while waiting, but it's okay, like, sorry. Fait que c'est quoi cette merde? C'est quoi cette merde? Je je suis frustrée. Je suis très, 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 très frustrée. Je suis en tabarnak, en fait. OK? Je suis en tabarnak. OK? De Chris. Je suis tannée. Je suis tannée, je suis tannée, je suis tannée. Puis j'ai besoin que... No, I need y'all to tell me, like, is it like this in other provinces? Or, like... Because, like, Quebec is not it. I mean, no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to fucking do. I don't know. It's like, what am I supposed to do now? So anyway, I just called the doctor's office, and I had asked them about it, like, on the 1st, right? They never called me back. So basically, it's been almost 3 weeks, okay? They never called me back. And then, because I asked the secretary if there was a way, like, if there's something the doctor could do so I can see someone ASAP, because I can't get to him, right? And, like, she's like, yeah, but, like, because I was like, well, I'm going to have to desist. And she's like, well, don't do it yet. I'm going to ask the doctor, blah, blah, blah. She never called me back. And that was on the 1st. Or was that on the 31st? It was either on the 31st of March or the 1st of April. I called. It was a Friday, I think. Or was it Thursday? It doesn't matter, okay? One of these days, I called. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to ask the doctor. He's coming back next week because he was out of the office, whatever. He's coming back on the 7th, right? She never called me back. So I called back today. And because I was just waiting for the doctor to call me or somebody. She didn't call me back. So I called back today, and they were like, yeah, I see that the doctor said no, there's nothing you can do except for desisting or getting here so he can examine you. So I'm like, okay, so why didn't nobody tell me? Because I've just been sitting here waiting, trying to call, and they're not saying anything. Like, what the fuck? Fait que là, elle me dit genre, ok, ben c'est ça que je vois, mais tu sais, genre, est-ce que tu veux y penser avant, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. I'm not gonna, like, what is there to think about? It's not gonna change, is it? Like, and I know, je sais que je peux pas y aller. Fait que c'est comme, ça sert à quoi d'y penser? Puis peut-être me désiter après. No, I'm not gonna waste time. Puis là, en plus, elle me dit que genre, oh, the person that usually does that is not here today. And it's probably gonna take like a week for it like to show up in the government system before you can like get an appointment or like make a request for another médecin de famille. So I'm like, okay, so it's gonna take a week. Okay, so for a week I can't do anything, okay, until next week. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna wait. Fais-le tout de suite. Parce que genre, plus on attend, plus le temps avance, puis plus mon cas y aggrave, ok? Fait que so yeah, and I was like, do I have to go back? Because like, I don't want for them to be like, yeah, we forgot or something, right? So do I have to go back so I can talk to the person that's supposed to do it? And she's like, no, I'm gonna put a note, and then tomorrow, first thing in the morning, she's gonna do it, but just give it a week. So I'm like, okay, fine. So for now, I have to wait. I can't do anything. I can't see a doctor. And I no longer have a family doctor. And I'm in limbo. So this is my life right now. Uh, all this to say, please let me know in the comment if you're Canadian, how the other provinces work. Okay. Um, and yeah, because like first of all, I need to be able to pick my own doctor that I know I'm gonna be comfortable with, that's gonna listen to me, and actually take me seriously. And check up on me. Because the last time I talked to my doctor was last year when I was hospitalized after an attempted suicide. So, like, he talked to me in the hospital, and I was like, oh, I'm in the hospital, right? He's like, oh, okay, well, we'll talk later. He never checked up on me again. So basically, like, I had a doctor, but he wasn't doing his job. So, or I don't know, maybe that's how they do it. I do not know, because as a child, I didn't have a doctor either, and my mom didn't take me to the doctor. So I don't know how it works. Anyway, yeah, comment below. And I don't know what to tell you, but I have to go because my back is killing me, and like I have to lay down. Okay, well, bye.